Hey everyone, and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Kristen and I love to craft. Today is going to be part 2 of the Canva tutorial. We are going to be doing some hacks, tips, and tricks. Let's go ahead and get started on this birthday invitation that we're going to design today. So we are going to start out in canva.com. We're going to go up to the top right and click Create Design. The size that I need for today is a 4x6, which is not listed right here. So we are going to go down to custom size. It's already populated in here from where I used it before, but 4x6, and make sure that the unit is inches. We're going to click Create New Design. And there's our blank canvas. Now, for this hack, we are going to go to Google. And we are going to type in blue gingham. And today we are going to be going with this design. You could pretty much take any design from Google and you can snip it and save it to your desktop. So let's go ahead and do the snipping process. You're going to go down here to Windows and you're going to type in snipping tool and it populates right here. Go ahead and click it and then click new. And then it grays out the screen until you need to snip the area. So we are going to snip the box. And then we are going to right click, save as, and save it to your desktop. All right, now we are going to go to FreePick.com. And that is FREEPIK. Now for this, I do want to use some watercolor animals. I've already looked through here a little bit, so I'm just going to scroll down to the image that I want, which is this one right here, and we're going to snip this one again. So it's going to gray out the screen, and you're going to drag your box all the way across, click New, it's going to gray out the screen, and then you're going to drag your box all the way over the image. Then it says AI generated right here. We don't want this in our image, so we're going to click the ballpoint pen, choose white, and we're going to make it pretty big. And we could just go over that with our mouse and it erases it. Okay, now we're going to right click, save as, and save it to your desktop. Okay, now we can close out of our snipping tool, close out of these extra tabs that we are not currently using. And we are back here at our blank canvas on Canva. So now we're going to go to Uploads, Upload Files, and we're going to upload both of those images that we just saved to our desktop. So I'm going to do this one, click Open, and then we're going to upload another one. And then there we have both of our images uploaded to Canva. We are going to drag this blue gingham to our white canvas. Now we can put it in the top left corner and we can drag it. Now see how it's too small? You can also drag it down to make it a little bit bigger. I think that that is just a little bit too big for what I'm going for. So let's go back to the original size. We're going to drag over the same image again, and we can line it up just like that. Now see, there's a little spot right here where it doesn't overlap properly. We can always move that up, drag this image down just a little bit. We can make this one a little bit bigger. You just kind of have to work with it a little bit. Okay, so now we are going to bring over a white box. So I'm going to go to Elements, and you could click Shapes, and there's a square right here. Let's drag it and make it a little bit bigger, and then you could center it. If you move it closer to the center, there will be a line. You see that line up and down that's purple, and then let's try to drag it. There we go. So now it's perfectly centered. Now the box is a blue hue, so let's change the color up here at the top, and we're going to do white. Okay, now that looks really good. Let's go ahead and go back to our uploads right here on the left. And we have our animals. Let's go ahead and add those to our canvas by dragging them over. And that is how we add the animals to here. Now, if I want to crop this image, meaning that I want to move this white part right here completely out of the image, we are going to go to Edit Image up at the top, and we're going to do Crop. Okay, so now we are just going to drag our line over. And let's go ahead and crop out a lot of this. That way that we could put the animals as close as we can to the edge of the white square that we added. Okay, once you have it cropped, you're just going to click Enter on your keyboard. Now we can drag it closer to the corner. How cute is that? Okay, so now let's go ahead and add some text to our invitation. Okay, so for the text, we're going to go over to the left-hand side and we're going to click on text. You have 3 different text styles right here, which is your heading, subheading, and your body text. You also have a bunch of font combinations. These are really great. Again, if you watched my previous video, you know that the crowns mean pro. I do not pay for pro, so we will not be clicking on any crowns. So for this one, I always like to choose subheading. There's really no difference between these 3 except for the size. You can always change the size right here, which is the text size. So I'm just going to start out by moving this box by dragging it up. And again, there's that purple line, meaning that it's in the center. So I'm just going to go ahead and type in exactly what needs to be on this invitation, minus the address. Okay, so I have the text highlighted. Let's go ahead and type in his name. Let's go ahead and change the font by clicking up here, and this brings us to an entire list of fonts. Let's go ahead and make it a little bit bigger. Center that. I think that the space between the words are a little bit off, so we're going to click up here at spacing, and you could change the letter spacing and also the line spacing. So let's do the letter spacing about like that. I think that looks a lot better. And then of course we are going to be changing the color. And I want to do more of a blue color. I think we're going to go with that one. It's really light and it also matches the blue gingham that we have on the back. I'm going to make it a little bit bigger. Okay, now we're going to add another subheading right here. Let's go ahead and just move it up a little bit. And then we are going to type in the rest of the invitation. Let's go ahead and change this font by clicking up at the font at the top, and then let's go with something a little bit different. Let's also change the color. Make that a little bit bigger. And then let's add another subheading. We're going to do 1. And then of course we're going to make that one really, really big. Let's also change the font. Sometimes I just like to click around in here, see which one looks better. Okay, let's go with that one. And then let's also change the color of the font. Okay, there we go. So that one looks good. Now I'm going to make sure that everything is center on here. That looks great. And then we are going to add another subheading. This will be the text down here at the bottom. So I guess I will add just a little fake address on here just so that we can see what the full invitation would look like. Let's add our date. And then we're going to add our time. Let's make that a little bit smaller and put it towards the bottom. We can also change the color of this text again to be the same color. We can also make this animal a lot smaller, that way that it fits more on the invitation, and we can make the words a little bit bigger. All right, let's go ahead and add another subheading for this one. 1, 2, 3. Alabama Drive. All right, so there's our little fake address, and then let's go ahead and add that to the bottom. We can move this one down a little bit more. Sometimes I just like to move the text around just to see what works a lot better. Now we can also move this down a lot more. Okay, let's go ahead and change that font. Now everything looks pretty uniform. I am going to move that one over just a little bit. Okay. All right, everything looks great. Now for the last thing, we're going to add a little RSVP at the very bottom. RSVP to, let's just put mom. And then 555. All right, so that is about all that we're going to do for this invitation. All right, that looks great. Now, in order to save it, we are going to do share, download, and then it has tons of options that you could choose from. PDF print, that's probably what's going to be best for an invitation. And then click download. I do not change any of these settings right here. And then it saves it to your files. That is how you can add pretty much any image from Google to create your own invitations on Canva. I hope that you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!